Yo, what's up? It's Vosby. Today we're going to be going over 10 tips to not get banned when you're modding on GTA 5. But before we get into that, I'd like to thank you for getting 50 views in the last video in just 24 hours. To me, that's ridiculous because for a first video, it's not half bad. Anyways, just make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to turn on notifications so you can be the first to see all my future videos. Also, this video is in no specific order. I just have 10 tips that I'm going to tell you, so don't think that any tip is better than the other. For tip number 1, it's going to be one of the most obvious one. Never use free menus. This is for many reasons, a couple of the main ones being that most free menus have rats in the files that will get into your computer and take personal information. Another big reason is that 90% of all free menus will get you banned. And that's mainly because the developers of the menu could really care less if something gets patched. Another big reason is that most free menus have really bad software that'll try and fight the anti-cheat. And a lot of them half the time don't even have that software, so they really don't care if you do get banned. It's not their issue. Tip number 2 is another pretty obvious one. If you're doing a personal recovery or a recovery for someone else's account, add the money right before you get off. This is because if you add the money and spend a lot of it and keep playing, it's a little bit easier for Rockstar to detect that you are cheating. You also don't want to play for long. After you add the money, just get off the account for at least 4 hours just to ensure that it's harder for Rockstar to detect that you are cheating. Rockstar's anti-cheat has been getting progressively better over the time, and especially now when they're working on the next GTA, they're trying to push out more anti-cheat because they need more money. When you're adding money into the account, you just want to make sure you're only going to be on there for a little bit longer, just so Rockstar can't see how long you've been on the account. Tip number 3 is when you are adding money to an account and you are going on a spending spree, try not to spend any more than 20 million every real life 24 hours. This is just to ensure that it's harder for Rockstar to detect that you are cheating. If you spend any more than that, it's very likely that Rockstar will see it and flag your account. You could spend more than 20 mil, it's just not very recommended. Also, when you are adding money to an account, make sure to mess with stats, KD, wins, losses, kills, playtime, etc. This just makes your account look more realistic, and again, harder for Rockstar to detect. It should be pretty obvious, but you want to make it as hard as possible for Rockstar to figure out that you're cheating, because if they do, they're going to ban your account, and they're going to take everything you've ever had. Some cases have gone so far to where Rockstar has even sued people. They've filed lawsuits for millions of dollars just because people like you and me were cheating on video games. Kinda crazy, right? Tip number 4 is when you are adding money to your account, only add around 100 mil every 24 hours. If Rockstar was watching your account, it gets a little bit suspicious when all of a sudden you have $2 billion. A lot of people think that they need to have billions of dollars when you really only need about 100 mil to buy everything in the game. And besides, sometimes you do want to do heists and missions because this is what the game is about. It's fun to mod and all, but sometimes you should probably play the game. After some time, modding can get pretty stale. You are able to go over 100 mil every 24 hours, but again, it's not very recommended. And if you are adding the money, make sure to mess with the stats and stuff too, so your account looks realistic. Also, if someone asks, don't just tell people that your account is modded because some people will report you for that because they're pissed off they report. Tip number 5 is another pretty obvious one, and that's don't just give everyone stuff. A lot of people will report you because some people do like to play legit, and others will just report you because they can. Cash drops and spawning cars for people are easily detected by Rockstar, and I've seen a lot of people getting banned while doing that. There's also a lot of little 9-year-old kids that will watch and report you if they catch you giving someone money or some cars. If you are going to give people money and stuff, don't be obnoxious. Saying it in chat because I guarantee that someone will report you. This isn't a very recommended thing to do, as you should just keep to yourself unless you are willing to lose your account. When you are modding, you should understand that you can get banned at any moment and you might have to rebuy the game, which sometimes ain't cheap. I mean, let's all be honest here. What are you gonna do when you're driving and out of nowhere, someone with a big ramp attached to their car just drives into you and sends you flying and destroys your car? I'm pretty sure we're all gonna get pissed off and we're probably gonna report that to someone. So it's better off if you probably just don't do anything like that and stay to yourself. If you play GTA, which you should, I mean, you're watching this video, but if you are too afraid to mod yourself and you think you will get banned, make sure to check out easymods.com. They provide cheap and fast modding services, and their packages are really nice. If you do go there and consider buying something, make sure to use code VOSBY for 20% off at checkout. If you don't want to buy anything, make sure to join Discord down below. They do weekly giveaways on free recoveries and sometimes drop lobbies. Again, that's code VOSBY, VOZZBY, for 20% off your order. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the video. Tip number 6 is another pretty obvious one, and that's when you are modding in GTA 5, be low-key about it. Don't be obnoxious and place ramps everywhere, and don't be shooting RPGs at people when rapid fire is on. Don't mass kill everyone in the lobby, and don't be stupid. Don't make it obvious enough that you are modding that everyone's mother and them know about it. Usually try to play in a solo or friends-only session, so that way you don't have that many people that can report you in the first place. It should be pretty obvious that you want to keep to yourself so that you don't have to buy the game again. I mean, that is unless you do have the spare $20 to buy another one. More than likely, if you're being stupid and making it obvious that you're modding, someone is going to report you for one of two reasons. One, you're pissing them off, and two, they're reporting you because, well, they can. Tip number 7 is don't troll people. It's very obvious that a modder is trolling someone because, I mean, who else can do what you're doing? I don't think a normal player just has the power to put someone in a cage or clone them 100 times, so when you're doing this, you're basically just digging your own grave. Don't just go around caging people or launching them with fire or water. 1, it'll piss the player off and make them want to figure out who you are, and 2, it's very easy for Rockstar to detect where these attacks are coming from. Unless you are willing to buy the game again and have nothing to lose, go right ahead. But otherwise, it's just not worth it, because more than likely you are going to get banned, and again, I've seen multiple people get banned for doing this, and even I have, so I'm telling you this from experience. Tip number 8 is do not add a ridiculous amount of levels to your account. Anything over 150 is just crazy. When you have an account that is level 4,000 and only has 20 race wins and 60 losses, you look pretty fake. And you could tell that your account is modded. You don't need anything over 150 because that's when you have everything unlocked that you can get from your level. When you add a massive amount of levels in a short period of time, it's pretty easy for Rockstar to detect it and flag your account. You are able to add lots of levels, but it's not guaranteed that you are going to be fine. This is a very high-risk action in a mod menu, so just try to stay away from it. But if you want to do it, just don't be crazy with it. Tip number 9 is specifically for people that like to play in open sessions, and that is just don't randomly teleport to other people that are in the session. You can teleport to buildings and the waypoint you want to go to just to get there faster, but just try and stay away from teleporting to other random players in your session. Don't just randomly teleport into someone's car, as this can piss off some people and make them want to report you. You never know how some people feel about modding. I just personally wouldn't take the risk of getting banned because, like I said, not everyone likes it and some people might report you because of it. And you know what? It might offend some people. Who knows? Tip number 10, aka the last tip for this video, and it's also going to be probably the most important tip of the video, is when you are playing in public sessions, I highly recommend that you play under a fake name so that no one can add you or follow you in sessions. I also recommend that you spoof your Rockstar ID so that no one can report you and again follow you, and also so other modders can't kick you from the game like that. Another thing I recommend is doing a IP spoof so no one can track your IP and DDoS you or any of that jazz. One of the last things is every now and then reset your HWID so you don't get banned as easily. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. If this video gets to 20 likes, I'll make another top 10 tips video to not get yourself banned. Make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so that you can be the first to see all my future videos. And make sure to slap that like button so I know you like this kind of content. I also want to say hi to my new subscribers. I love you, all of you, and want to thank you for subbing to my channel. If you have any questions or just want to talk, leave a comment. I always try to respond to every single one that I get because, like I said, I love all of you, and I usually respond within 5 hours. One last thing before you go, make sure to check out easymods.com for cheap and fast recoveries, and at checkout, make sure to use code VOZZBY, VOZZBY, for 20% off your order. If you don't want to buy anything, make sure to join their Discord when they host weekly giveaways on recoveries and drop lobbies. Anyways, see you all tomorrow, and have a great night.